It's race week, guys, and we're heading to the Hungarian Grand Prix, round 13 at the Hungaroring, the tight, twisty circuit, and we've had some surprise performers there last weekend. As ever, I'll preview the weekend, we'll go through my predictions, and we'll go through the championship, which is hotting up. And talking about hotting up, I've got some nice, saucy news for the channel. For first time ever, we've got a sponsor for the video and the channel, and I cannot be more excited to share that with you. Check out their sauces. They do a fantastic range of three. My favourite, the hot pickle, we've got sweet mango chili and the spicy barbecue tamarind sauce. If you click on the link in the description, you will get 10% off of all of the sauces if you buy more than 3, and also 10% if you spend more than £12. Use the code F1Guy, but if you click the link, the code is automatically applied for you there. So check them out. They are fantastic, all natural ingredients, and they're making a buzz in the market. Check them out. And let's get back to the preview. Budapest provides a spectacular backdrop to this venue, isn't it? The tight, narrow, twisty circuit. Just 14 turns, 1 DRS detection zone, but 2 zones where you can use it down into turn 1 and then again into turn 2 to run away if you make that pass into turn 1. Monaco levels of downforce here, so really big wings we'll be seeing driving around this circuit. 4.3 kilometers, 70 laps for the race. It's only 50% full throttle, and it is one that you don't really expect too much overtaking, but last time out we did see a lot of moves down into turn 1 and then counter moves back into turn 2. The weather conditions should be hot and sunny for the weekend. Tyres, Pirelli are bringing the softest in the range for this weekend. The C3 for the hards, the C4 for the mediums, and the C5 for the softs. Strategy, we should see a 2-stop strategy. Last time we've seen, for the last 2 race winners in fact, we've seen 2 stops, and it's the medium hard combination that's taken the car to the win. I don't expect that to change much this time round. As ever, the normal caveat, if there's a safety car, I'm sure we'll see a mix up of someone trying something on with some softer tyres to try and make the difference. Last time out though, we did see a bit of that, didn't we, with the deck being high, and with the hot weather conditions we could see more of that. And if we do get high deg, it might be an opportunity to go a mix of strategy in terms of someone taking the tyre long and then trying a medium at the end as opposed to the hard if they can make it last. Last time out though, it was a surprise Lewis Hamilton pole position. I wouldn't be surprised if he takes it this weekend though. He did get a poor start though, didn't he? Max Verstappen ended up taking the win. Lando Norris recovered and got a P2, and Sergio Perez from 9th place took P3. So as I say, overtaking is possible. We've seen enough of that last time out. In terms of the predictions though, I'm feeling a Mercedes pole position coming. I don't want to jinx it, but I'm going to go for it anyway. I'm going for a Lewis Hamilton pole position. Fresh off a first win in 3 years. I can see him going back on pole here. He loves this circuit. Another one where he's won 7 or 8 times. He pulled off a spectacular lap last time out to stick it on pole, and I'm not going to bet him against him now that the car is more to his liking. More upgrades coming to that Mercedes also for this weekend. I'm going for Max Verstappen to take 2nd place and Lando Norris in 3rd. That McLaren was strong here as well. Red Bull aren't going to go away. They are, as we've seen last time, they do make the most of even a bad race, don't they? So I don't expect them to struggle as much as they did in Silverstone. Weather conditions should suit them better with it being hotter, but we just never know, do we? And for the race, I'm going for Lewis Hamilton win, back-to-back wins. The Mercedes should be strong. It was one of the circuits where the car does like this circuit. It has done for the last couple of years, and now with upgrades and them getting to understand the balance, which has been the big difference in making them move forward, they've been able to get the car in the sweet spot, which has kind of just unlocked a load of potential for them, hasn't it? And they've been better in race trim, which is not something we said for a long time. Early part of Silverstone, they were both comfortable in dry conditions, weren't we? And I just expected them to get swallowed by both Red Bull and McLaren. It didn't happen, so it should be a strong race for them, and I'm going for a Lewis win. And I think Max Verstappen will follow home in 2nd place. He's just so spectacular at damage limitation, isn't it? Even when the car isn't going to be the best at the circuit, he pulls off a result. And I'm going for a surprise Oscar Piastri in 3rd place. He was really unlucky in Silverstone, and I hope he can turn that around with a really good performance and result this weekend. I'm going for a better weekend for the Alpine team. They struggled in Silverstone, but with this circuit, I think it should suit their car better here. They were in the top 10 last time out, and I think they'll return back into that fight, picking up some points, so I think that'll be a good weekend for them. I'm predicting another bad weekend for Ferrari, and they have had issues with their bouncing of the car, which they found worse in high-speed corners. It's not been the same. It will be not too bad in Hungary, but they've said the turn 4 and turn 11 will be horrible for them with the bouncing, and that provides the unpredictability and the instability, and that's why I've probably seen mistakes from them when they try to push it. They just don't have the car underneath them or the confidence to push that car underneath them the way they want. So it's not looking good for Ferrari at the moment. The big floor upgrade which came in Spain just kind of turned things the wrong way for them, didn't they? But they did say that was an aero upgrade, and Fred said because it's an aero upgrade that's caused the problem, wasn't there before, it's nothing fundamental, and because of it being an aero issue, they've got thousands of different ways of fixing it, some with losing the benefits of the upgrade and some without, and it's just trying a matter of working that out and getting the fix on the proper car. They did say Hungary was probably too soon for that, though. They are hoping for something by Spa next time out, but they've only got a week gap, so who knows. But I'm sure they'll be working hard to get to the bottom of that, because that's disappointing actually for a car that went from winning in Monaco to struggling now. Could they revert to the old chassis? We don't know that really, because they did perform and win in Monaco with Monaco levels of downforce here. I probably guess you shouldn't really bet against them, but I'm not sure they'll do that. But who knows, if they do split it, who gets the old and who gets the new chassis? That'd be interesting to see who that works out in favour of. Now let's take a look at the Drivers' Championship. Max Verstappen leads the way, built on his advantage, even in Silverstone where he didn't have the best car. 255 points for him. Lando Norris 84 points behind on 171. Charles Leclerc, the big loser, isn't it? 150 points, 21 points behind Lando Norris. Carlos Sainz now just within 4 points of his teammate on 146 points. Sergio Perez has not moved anywhere in the constructors, in the drivers for a long time. Rumours are that he's only got 2 races to save his seat potentially, despite a new 2-year contract. I'm sure there would have been some sort of potential performance clause in that. Christian Horner saying, look, this is unsustainable, this level of poor performance from him. And last time up, well, he started in 9th, didn't he? So he needs better qualifying. But he'd hope for a podium or return for the podium for him will be much needed. He's on 118 points. He's only 7 ahead of George Russell now. If he gets beaten by Mercedes or passed by Mercedes in the Drivers' Championship, that'd be really quite embarrassing for him, wouldn't it? George Russell, like I said, on 111 points in 7th place. Lewis Hamilton now just within 1 point of George Russell on 110 after that win, and well, no points for George that last time out. Fernando Alonso in 9th place, 65 points behind on 45, and 1 position up his teammate Lance Stroll, now in the top 10, replaces Yuki Tsunoda on 23 points. It's getting very tight, isn't it, for that sort of 2nd, 3rd place in the Drivers' Championship. A lot can change in a race, as we found out last time out. Let's look at the teams, and Red Bull are not really under pressure yet, are they? They've still got a comfortable 71 point lead. They're on 373 at the front. Ferrari second, they're the ones in the battle and looking behind them rather than in front though, sadly, aren't they? They're on 303 points. McLaren now just within 7 points and could overtake Ferrari this weekend in Hungary, just 7 points behind on 295 points. 3rd place Mercedes back 74 points, 221 on points for them, and if they continue their revival and their upgrades work as they expect, well, we're looking for 3. I think the championship is still for 2nd place. I don't think Red Bull have just been so consistent, and with Max pulling enough points and doing enough, yes, they'll need the benefit of Sergio Perez, but they've been lucky at the moment, haven't they? Because Mercedes have been winning a couple, McLaren have been winning a couple, Ferrari have won one, so it's not just been one dominant car that's taken the challenge to them, and so I think on that side they will still, I think, take the drivers, but they really do need Perez to wake up on that front. And Aston Martin in 5th place on 68 points, 153 behind Mercedes. It's a normal traditional race weekend this weekend. FP1 at 12:30 UK time on Friday, FP2 at 4 o'clock. The FP3 on Saturday 11:30, qualifying at 3 p.m. and the race on Sunday at 2 p.m. It should be, well, interesting to say the least. I mean, it's really difficult to say who's going to be on pole position and who might win this race. I know I've written off Ferrari, but they did well with the level of downforce at Monaco, and could they be the surprise performers? Who knows? Mercedes should go well. They have historically for the last couple of races, and after a couple of back-to-back wins, could they make it 3 in a row? McLaren will be hoping to turn things around after a couple of strategy errors really costing them wins in the last couple of races, and an incident with Max. And Red Bull will be eager to get back to winning ways, haven't they? Max has not won now for a couple of races, a feeling he's probably really unfamiliar with. But he'll be just glad that probably the winners are not consistently the same guy that will close up on him in the championship. He's still extending his lead there, and I think he's probably got the drivers comfortably in hand now. But it should be exciting and tense. It's all down to the big one on qualifying. The race we've seen overtaken. I do expect some more this weekend. I don't expect it to be all the same. But thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe and comment as always, and see you next time. And check out these sources, guys.